Right now, I'm in training camp. I'm in camp for the USA team, and hopefully I make it. My confidence is very high, and that's the only thing you might see this year, that my confidence level is through the roof.
To see him today, I mean, he put it all out. His, pressure on the ball. He's playing to exhaustion. He's an MVP of the league and one of the great players in the league, and he's been out. So, Derrick's going to be on a mission to get back, not to just playing and being good, but, he's going to get back to, he wants to get back to being elite.
They're not allowed to have any energy when they're talking for Team USA. That's just something I noted. Derrick Rose and Coach K at Team USA's training camp this week as they prepare for the World Cup of Basketball in Spain. D. Rose played in just 10 games these last 2 seasons because of his knees, but was looking good and feeling rather good, as you can see right there. And that was just yesterday. Stephen A., what do you think?
I don't like it. I'm not going to lie. Skip, I can't lie. I don't like it one bit. And I want to preface my comments by saying that, listen, I understand why Derrick Rose has to be out there. I truly get it. You've only played 10 games in the last 2 years. Last time we saw you for a full season, you averaged 21-7. You were fresh off a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. Your team finished 50-16, and then you went down in the first round, which is the only reason why y'all lost to Doug Collins and the Philadelphia 76ers at that particular time. But ever since then, you've missed basically the last 2 years. Missed the entire 2012-2013 season. Missed all but just 10 games last season. And to me, he's so important to everything the Chicago Bulls want to do and what they pride themselves to being about. I just look at Derrick Rose and I say, if you're going to get hurt, it's going to be in a Chicago Bulls uniform on the court for the Chicago Bulls. I'm not risking you going out and playing in Olympic competition over the summer. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. I understand patriotism is an incredibly important thing. I get all of that. But the United States of America are not paying Derrick Rose's $90+ million salary. That would happen to be the Chicago Bulls. And last time I checked, even though he has only played 10 games the last 2 years, he hasn't missed a check because his dollars are guaranteed. If I'm Jerry Reinsdorf, if I'm Paxson, if I'm Gar Foreman, I'm sorry. I'm doing everything that I can to prevent him from participating. I don't even care how he feels because I need him in a Bulls uniform. I know he's rusty. I know he's got to get out there and compete. But I saw Derrick Rose come out there and even rusty look better than most of the players in the 10 games that he played. He'll adjust. The key thing is to continue to get his leg and his knee strong so he's 100% come the games that count, that he's actually being paid for. I don't see that right now. I'm not letting him play. That's just me.
I'm going to assume a whole lot of Bulls fans right now are agreeing with your take. I am intrigued by your take because I must admit I didn't have one thought in that direction when I watched this video last night. And it was a sight for sore eyes to watch this young man. He's only 25 years of age. Move like
Special.
that. That looks like the old D. Rose, man. And yet, I'm checking out the numbers over the last 3 total basketball seasons. He managed to play only 49 games. That's just mind-blowing to me. Now, back to your take. I must tell you, I don't have a big issue with him trying to ease his way back into the basketball process with Team USA. And I'm going to point out to you, on this roster right now, and I assume they can't carry this many point guards, there's Steph, there's Kyrie, there's Damian Lillard, there's John Wall. Wow, I've just went 4. So there are 5 point guards. Bradley Beal's on there. He's more of a 2, but still, at some point, I guess somebody has to go. And if they don't go, that means that Derrick Rose isn't going to play a whole lot of high-minute games. I would think it would be sparing at best. And he's in the best of hands, Coach K's hands. And I'm sure Coach K has the big picture future in mind, even though he wants to win another medal, obviously. But I think this is a good way and a pretty safe way to ease back into the process. Now, I'm with you about the patriotism. When it comes to this, I'm not that patriotic because if they're making money, big money to win NBA championships, that's what they ought to concentrate on. We're going to talk about Manu Ginobili in the same vein, we hope, a little later in the show. But in this case, why not use it as a nice little trial run just to set you up for training camp? Well, why try to rush the process, accelerate the process through training camp?
Well, because, to answer your question directly, Skip, because of the fragility of Derrick Rose. That's my issue here. It has nothing to do with Coach K. We all know Coach Krzyzewski is an incredible coach, is elite as they come, and as conscientious as they come, and as thoughtful for the players as they come. The same should be said for Jerry Colangelo, because USA Basketball is special once again because of the managing director of this team. I mean, we love Jerry Colangelo. It's not about them. It's not about anybody but Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was physically and mentally fragile because of what he was sustaining health-wise. And for me, the point is that he's played 10 games in 2 years. Now, I was there for the home opener. Remember, they played the opener last year against the Knicks, Skip. I was in Chicago that game. And it wasn't quite Jordan, but it was pretty damn close when he came out being introduced and ran out that tunnel. That city was buzzing. We're talking about an incredible, incredible basketball town that is Chicago. They understand that with a healthy Derrick Rose, this is a title contender, Skip. A legitimate argument could be made that Miami wouldn't have won the title if Derrick Rose and those boys were healthy. Now, obviously, I don't believe that. I still believe Miami would have beat them. But it would have been tough. You could have made that case. Their future, the future of their franchise is riding on this man, and he's not some free agent they ain't paying. They are paying this man, and they have paid them millions upon millions of dollars to give them 10 games in 2 years. I understand you got to work your way back. You want to go out there and practice and compete, get the rust off and all of that other stuff. I don't give a damn about that. I'd have him in the weight room. I'd have him with the physical therapist. I'd make sure that knee is absolutely, positively as strong as he can get. So the only question mark about him, when all was said and done once training camp arrives, is rust. That's the only thing. I'm not putting him out there in Olympic competition, especially if I got the crew that you had. Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, the bad boy that he is. Bradley Beal, who's a shooter, okay? John Wall, who could play. What I need, I love Derrick Rose. He's elite. But what do I need him for Olympic competition if I got that crew? Get your butt back to Chicago and get healthy.
Do you believe that the Bulls brass quietly suggested to Derrick not to do this?
I don't know. I have not spoken to Gar Forman or Paxson about that. It would be unfair for me to even pretend that I have an inkling of what they've said to him. I just know that if it were me, I would have said, you ain't going. And I would have made life uncomfortable for Coach Krzyzewski, for Colangelo, for Derrick Rose, for his brother Reggie, for his mama, and everybody else. Love y'all. He's a wonderful kid. Proud to have him. But I need him from November to April and possibly May and June. I don't need him in the summertime playing for somebody else. Get that? No.
And you're right about that. Bulls have won one playoff series since D. Rose won his MVP in 2010 and 11. They need him. Definitely need him. You remember on NFL Draft